Time to get up, brand new day ahead. Let's make it count.
Good morning, Earth. It's time to wake up. As usual, it's Sky, and today we're doing a segment called, it used to be called Cross Dimensions, but we switched it around a little bit because I like the Cross Dimensions. Sounds a little bit better. So this is a show where we just have our podcasts come on and talk about interesting topics, and today's topic happens to be the Mandela effect. We did do a episode on this before, I think two. So if you want, check in the down with the list, I guess. Check in the list and you'll see Mandela effect explained by quantum mechanics, which I thought was a really good episode. We go in to see if quantum mechanics actually proves the Mandela effect and why it's there. And so today we're gonna go into a different angle, and we're gonna have another show on. And joining us is Kevin and James. Right? I got those names right.
It's Jason.
Jason. When I said James, I'm sorry. I had Cindy on one time, and I couldn't even remember her name. I'm like, whatever your name is, you answer. Thank God she knew who I was talking about. So, guys, let us know about your podcast and what we can look forward to on your end.
Kevin, speak.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. Yeah, it's just he and we basically talk any nerd stuff that we are in the mood for. And we are pretty good about going on rants. We try to stick on a topic, but there's no promises with that. And then on Mondays, we tend to talk about some of our favorite games, like a little short, like 10, 15-minute blurb on Mondays about I don't know, past games, new games, all the stuff.
You have a show coming out this Monday, or what game is it?
Oh man. Oh, which one was it Monday? Because we did it's yours.
Yeah.
And you did Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Budokai.
Yes.
That's the one coming out Monday. I just did Untitled Goose Game.
That sounds a little too much like Bukkake for my taste.
You know, that's a different type of fighting game. That's all.
I mean, if you want to call it fighting.
Everybody wins.
So we have you over in our dimension. How are you feeling about our dimension? You like it?
Hey, I remember the moon being purple at one time.
No.
white
I was
and
always
gray?
always been white and gray.
It's kind of weird,
Oh, a purple moon would be cool.
right?
In your dimension, did the Purple Rain song was that Purple Moon instead?
No, it was white rain instead of purple rain.
You got some weird colors over there.
Nothing's perfect.
One week I'm gonna do one where it's like, yeah, I'm really surprised that your son doesn't make any noise. I feel like that's gonna be a good one.
Oh, that would be perfect.
You know, that's
Oh,
what deaf
God.
people say when they first start to hear things. They're like, I'm surprised the son doesn't make noise.
Huh. Like a weird scream.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we're gonna have your links in the description so they can follow along, see where you're at, and then later on we're gonna take a break and we'll run one of your ads for our break. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
All right,
Sounds
so
fun.
let's get right into it. First of all, which one of you is the bigger Mandela effect person, or is this like a joint thing where you both actually equally enjoy it?
I mean, I think we both pretty much equally enjoy it because having the whole wait, what do you say? Do what? That's the best part of the Mandela effect is when you have to argue about what's real and what's not.
Yeah. Wait till I send you those photos later. It's gonna drive your mind crazy, bro. So anyone who knows what I'm talking about, what I'm gonna have pictures on our website. If you go to wkmu.podbean.com, you can hit our Instagram and our X Twitter. That's wkmu.podbean.com, and then you can actually see the pictures as we're talking. So it's a little bit. I like that. Some people learn by visual aid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So what is let the people know if they don't actually know what it is. I don't know why they listen to us then, but let them know what is the Mandela effect.
Your turn, Jay.
All right. From what I know, the Mandela effect is when large groups of people misremember something the same way. Some blame alternative timelines, others say it's mass memory glitching. Either way, it's like collective deja vu with a spooky twist.
Yeah, the really boring explanation is that we're all just getting like the Luke, I am your father. That was
Yeah,
said over and over in movies like Black Sheep and stuff like that. So that might have incorporated in why people think that's the line from Star Wars.
yeah, yeah,
But that's no fun.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't want
yeah.
that to be their
It's
answer.
funny.
So what's in the
It's funny.
Mandela effect that really blew your mind when you first heard it?
Hmm. Let's see. I
Take your
mean,
time. I'll just edit this
obviously,
part out.
the original Mandela dying like way back when, instead of like in 2013. It's
Yeah,
like what?
yeah. He died in the mid '80s supposedly, and people actually remember watching his funeral and
I
everything.
was, I was like, no, he was in jail for like a
Yeah,
while,
like
and
maybe
then
that's
he
yeah.
got out.
I think that started the hood because when you don't see anybody for a while, they're either in prison for life or they're dead. So they're just like, you
Yeah,
know what? He's probably just dead.
like I ain't seen Mandela in a while. Like, where did he go? Did he just up and walked away, and that was it. He just vanished
So do you think
into
these
thin
are
air.
just brain glitches, or do you think there's like more to it?
Mm, see, I'm still thinking that particle accelerator going off.
Yeah, CERN
Right?
Collider, man.
Yeah,
Right?
man.
I think that's where it all started. I found anecdotal evidence of Mandela effects appearing after the first smashing of atoms, and that
Mm,
some believe that they can open up a black hole or even a wormhole. I actually so is that what your theory is, that this is sort of a maybe like a scientific thing where we did something we don't know the ramifications of what we did and we
yeah,
I mean,
accidentally fucked up.
I mean,
I don't know.
as
I don't know if
sorry.
really fucked up, but fucked up enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just, we're just a bunch of peons. Like we don't know everything that's going on underground and what the government's doing or any of that. So it could be anything. There could be so many things that they're just fucking with. We have no idea.
Do you want to hear my theory on it?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
go for it.
Well, good. It moves the show along.
New theory alert!
I think Mandela effects. Oops, sorry, I'll edit that part out. I think Mandela effects are in an interesting way. I believe every time you make a decision and you do something new, you do go into another multiverse thing. Like you know how every decision you make makes endless results.
Yeah.
I think the byproduct of that is every time we make a new decision that's different from the one that we normally do, we are no longer that person. And our mind refocuses on a person in a different multiverse that is able to do what you wanted to do with the hard work that you put into it. So it's like that's why like dreams, why we sleep and stuff like that. Scientists don't know why we sleep. They say we don't really need it, but we dream. And what if these dreams are just us progressing through the multiverse?
Mm,
And
mm,
so every time you get into a new multiverse, there's a slight difference. And some of these start to pile up and they start to pile up more and more. And it started with the Mandela effect and then goes into the Bernstein Bears is another popular one. What's another
yep.
one good one?
Oh,
Uh,
the one that got me was Sinbad. They say he never played that movie Shazam. Liars.
Yeah, no, it was Shaquille O'Neal. I saw that thing in the movie theaters.
Yeah, that's Kazam. I'm talking
Kazam,
about
yeah.
Shazam.
Nah, I don't. I've heard this
Shazam was
before,
Sinbad.
but like I thought the only thing I remember from Sinbad back then was like some pirate movie. Was that Shazam or was that Sinbad
Yeah,
actually?
no, I remember seeing. Obviously, I'm not going to go digging trying to find a copy of the videotape, but I remember Sinbad being um in a genie movie where he played a genie,
Well,
and
I'm gonna call you out on that because that's a cop out. You could prove Mandela effect just by finding this tape, and you're like, nah, it's not my burden. I don't wanna.
no, I mean it's not going to give. If I find it, I'm not going to magically fix the world with my finding the videotape. It's
Well,
not going to prove anything different.
well, who knows if you could prove a little bit magic in life where it's different than what you expect, then maybe you can make it better. Then you know what I'm saying. If you can make changes, why not make changes for the better? Well, that's in my theory anyway. That doesn't really
I
go
mean,
along with what you guys.
I mean, there's a picture. Like, I feel like there's this picture that's on IMDb right now of Sinbad dressed as a genie with electricity coming out of his hands is from that movie.
So is this like the same like superhero Shazam, or is this a different Shazam?
No, like he was like a genie.
Oh, so it was
Like,
like a parallel universe of Kazam.
It was one of those family movies where he was Shazam. That was the name of the movie. He was just a genie.
In this movie, do you remember a kid making it rain candy from the sky?
I only in my head the only thing that really stands out is the cover with like a pink or purple outfit on, and it wasn't like that Shazam with Shaquille O'Neal. I mean
no,
Kazam
yeah,
with Shaquille O'Neal. It was different.
That's such a
Uh,
weird one.
I'm trying. Oh yeah, see, I'm looking at a couple of videos that I see the one you're talking about with the lightning bolts coming out of his fingertips and
Mhm.
stuff.
Wait,
Yeah.
so you found the one that he was talking about,
Yeah, just with a quick Google.
and that has like Sinbad, the Sinbad, the comedian.
Yeah, Sinbad the comedian as Shazam.
If you
Now,
could
was it?
save it and send it on Messenger, this way we can have it. We could drop it to the people on X and Instagram.
Let me see here. All right, I got you.
I guess then it makes you ponder: was it produced by Nickelodeon or Paramount?
I mean, it was definitely a family film.
Yeah, it was a family film.
Did Nickelodeon make movies back then?
Mm,
Like that big? Because to have, I mean, Sinbad wasn't that big of an actor, but he did definitely do a couple of, like he did that movie Jingle All the Way with, uh,
Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, that was a good movie. It was a bad movie, but it was a good bad movie.
Yeah, I remember that because they were both arguing over that same toy the whole time, trying to get it for their
Hmm.
kids.
He was the bad guy.
Hmm.
What are some other
Yeah.
ones? Do we remember any other the Mandela effects that some other people could come maybe they heard of? 'Cause I
Let's
know
Oh
there's
see.
man,
more.
See, I could have swore that the Monopoly Man had a monocle. People say he never had a monocle.
That's another big one. The Bernstein Bears and the monocle guy. I thought he had a monocle. Does he not have a
That's what
monocle?
apparently. Oh, I'm not sure if it's because things changed over the years from when the game first came out to now, but I distinctly remember as a child he had a monocle, a top hat, and a cane.
Was this Monopoly Junior maybe?
Son of a bitch. I
I
don't know.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn with that one because I'm not 100% positive on the monocle or not.
I
Maybe
remember
it's just because
monocle.
it
It was
feels like
because
he
he was
should
fancy.
have a
Yeah.
monocle.
Oh, that's a good point. Like your brain thinks he should have one because he's a rich guy with a tap out, like Mister the Planters. So you put
Yeah,
one
the
on him yourself.
Oh God,
the
what if we've always been like merging Mr. Peanut and the Monopoly guy?
yeah, yeah.
Bitch.
Top hat and tails, man. You got to have a monocle.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Or like another one. Was it King Henry VIII when that famous painting of his where they say he had a turkey leg, but apparently now they're saying he doesn't. But I remember him holding a turkey leg.
Yeah, that's another
And
one I remember hearing about too. I didn't know that one as much, but the monocle definitely was. And I don't know, maybe that's like another theory where this is how you can tell from who's from your universe. You match up your Mandela effects. Like, oh, you remember
yeah,
Monocle? Oh, that's me. I remember Monocle. Oh, do you remember this from this movie? No, I don't. Oh, almost my dimension.
oh, what about the black tip on the Pikachu tail?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So for you, let's all like for you, did it or did it not have the black?
Yeah, he had a black tail. He
See,
had a
I
black
don't.
tip on the
I
tail.
remember the yellow. I remember maybe a little black edging, but nothing as big as they show as their examples.
Yeah, I remember the tail having a black tip, kind of like his ears. Like his ears have a little bit of a black tip, but it was the same on his tail. That's
yeah. I don't think it was a.
so
I don't think it was thick black though. I think it was like just kind of like a little
Yeah.
etching, just like the.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just like a small little like lightning bolt shape on the end.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen pictures where they people drew it into like the first like lightning bolt change on his tail. You know what I mean? Like first change of direction on his tail. Like that was all
Yeah.
black.
But then again, there are lots of Pikachu's, not just
That's
Ash's
true.
Pikachu.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
So there could be one that has that. We just mistakenly thought.
And
I don't know.
and then this kind of makes me wonder if if Mandela effects are for some reason not just a misremembering, but some kind of quantum mechanics, smashing of atoms type of thing. Um, could we be like, could they always been around, but we just didn't notice them? And like maybe there could be some that there's going on now, but we just don't notice it. Like I recently, what got me to this was the Joe Rogan experiment. I was watching the clips on YouTube, and he pops up and he's like, "Yeah, did you know Coca Cola used to use coca leaves and cocaine in their soda?" And they're like, "What do you mean they used to? They still do without the cocaine." It's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what are you talking about?" So I go back and Google. Do you remember the Coca Cola Mandela effect? Not the Mandela effect, but the Coca Cola about the coke having cocaine in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, they actually up until the 1929, they had cocaine in the Coca Cola. So I thought maybe it's because it makes me think there should be no coca leaves in it then, even though it's still called Coca Cola. But they still use the leaves. Did you know they still use the cocaine leaves in their recipe?
That's
When you mentioned it, I looked it up, and apparently they do use an extract still from cocoa leaves, but minus the
The
drug
cocaine.
portion.
Yeah, and it's actually processed by the Stephen Steppen company under DEA oversight. So it's like at one point, because in 29 they didn't have these oversights. They didn't have
Yeah,
people looking over. So
oh yeah, no.
when did they really stop using cocaine in it? Then? And is this like
Yeah.
a Mandela effect we just never noticed, and we just assume they stopped using the leaves? What do you think on this one? Do you think this is a Mandela effect or information that was just not broadly known?
I think it was just information not broadly known, uh, sort of thing. Like I don't think it was something that everyone like. I mean, at the time, once they stopped using like actual cocaine, I'm sure that it was a big deal, in the at the time. But then afterwards, it just kind of faded into the back, and then once it was remembered again in the future, then they were like, "Oh yeah,
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 could
yeah, I can see that.
like maybe everyone focuses on that it used to have cocaine, so no one even bothered to even learn that it still uses the leaves type thing.
That's still wild that they're using the leaves, the extract, to help flavor the soda. That's crazy.
Yeah,
yeah."
because couldn't that still have addictive qualities even though you took the cocaine out?
I mean, are they actually able to get 100% of the addictive product out of said leaves?
I mean, they already got caffeine. That's already addictive enough.
Yay!
Well, what's funny is Warren Buffett actually invests in Coca Cola, and his reasoning is because Coca Cola is very addictive, but it's not because of the sugar and the cocaine or anything else. It's because the cola, like the coca, doesn't have a flavor palette in your tongue and nose. So, like when
Huh.
you drink orange soda, those you have memory of that. So when you drink orange soda, it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting tired of this. Let me try something different. If you ever notice, every time you have a Coke, isn't it like the first time you had the Coke? Like you don't really
Huh.
get tired of it, like orange soda or even Sprite. Like if you have that for a couple of days, you're like, I don't want this. Coke for some reason, there's no receptor in our tasting, so there's no lasting memory of it. Does that make sense?
Huh.
Mm. Okay, I see what you mean. Like, there's no specific taste bud sort of deal
Yeah,
for the flavor of Coca Cola.
yeah, to keep like a memory of it. So each time you have it, it's like having it for the first time. So it's addicting in a way that does it's more biological than it is like psychological. It's just because you feel great. It's like imagine having sex with your wife over 20 years and it still feels as good as the first time.
Mm. Good
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Good
I'm not
times.
saying sex with your wife after 20 years is bad, but that first time is always the best. It's like, oh, then after that, it's like, okay, this is kind of like,
You know, you can feel that way about the actual sex, but seeing boobies is always amazing the first and last
I concur.
time.
I don't know. I grew up with women. You see one boobie, you see them all.
But I'm never gonna complain if I see more.
No, no, it's one of the reasons why my girl she'll get me to go to the Pride Parade and the Puerto Rican Day Parade and Dominican Day Parade by saying you'll probably see some titties, and then I'll point them out for you. I'm like, okay, let's go. And true to word, she actually does it. She does point them out for me. It's actually the best. She's the best sometimes, most of the time, all the time. She doesn't. She doesn't listen to this, so I can talk shit about her all I want. Doesn't matter.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's my co-host, and she's my co-host. But she's always busy because she works at a restaurant as a manager now. She got promoted like 6 months ago, so it's one of the reasons why I started doing these cross dimension episodes. Even was because I wanted somebody to talk about with crazy shits.
Fair enough.
So on that, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna hear from KJ and A. I'm dyslexic. Can you just say your podcast name for
The KJ&A podcast.
me? Okay, because our KCJC, KJK, it's really actually say it one more time. So it's KJ and A podcast.
Yeah.
All right, and
That's it.
we'll be right back with right after this quick break.
Hey, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jay from the KJ&A podcast.
Join us each week where we discuss comics, movies, anime, video games, and current events.
Basically anything to make you laugh and have a good time with all the tangents.
You can find us on Twitter, X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Patreon, and all the things at KJ&A Podcast.
Gonna need you to take it down a notch, about 20% there, Kevin.
And if you get that reference, you can be our friend.
Let's make it count. Make it count.
And we're back.
Ta-da!
I did not time. I gotta learn how to time that better. We are back. Welcome back to the show. This is Cross Dimensions, where we're talking about the Mandela effect. You just heard from KJ and A podcast, and we are joined by said not James.
You got this, I
Come
believe.
on, you got this. All right. I'm not going to say anything. You can do it.
I feel like I want to cheat. Kevin and Jason.
Yeah.
He looks in the upper left corner.
So in the break, I actually looked at the photos that you sent, and I didn't know so this had to be a real thing, but why doesn't it exist? I want to go back to this because this is kind of weird. So
Look, see, okay, so my thoughts on it is like, if you have enough money, you can make anything disappear.
This is true.
I mean, that's just the bottom. That's real life, and you can make the lower class seem crazy, because of the internet. The lower class can have a bigger voice, but if they can do whatever the hell they want. He doesn't want it to exist because he is embarrassed about the movie. He can make it not exist.
So I will say though, I see one flaw in this. And if you follow along at wkmu.podbean.com, go into Twitter, and you can see on the top, along the top, you see different links. Hit up Twitter or what is the other one? Instagram, so you can see these photos too while we're talking. So the one on the left, he's wearing a different head wrap than the one on the right. The one on the left, he's also wearing a different vest as the one on the right, and the color scheme from the fingernails, the lightning, the purple is also different. So this could be either one, just someone made fake copies of these things to make it look, or this is just like a different, when you first do it, this is what you're going to look like, and it evolves over time. And that was the original look in the picture. And when they canceled it, they said, fuck it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because you see this, what I'm talking about, though? He's wearing a turban on the right one.
Yeah, it's a different type for sure, but I don't know. I mean,
it's a good.
one of
If it's a
them could be
fake,
bullshit,
it's good.
but I know that. Well, I'm looking through a few of the other images if you search for it, and there are photos of him like in different like it was actually filmed in that same outfit that from the one on the left. like moving around and like it looks like it was in the filming
Yeah, like
as
the
opposed to like just the cover photo it looks like on the right.
yeah, I see the one where he has his fingers shooting lightning, but then underneath it he's pointing, and it's a different face and stuff like that. So it looks like there's the next scene of the movie from the lightning.
Yeah, I don't
So,
know.
at least from what I know, the movie came out in 1996,
Yeah, that's what all these are saying. It was a '96 release.
and let's be clear that it's two A's, not one A.
Shazam!
So three
Yeah,
A's then you're saying?
yeah, at least three A's in that title.
Oh yeah, I see that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you do regular Shazam, you're only going to get the Zachary Levi led superhero movie, not Sinbad's movie.
Yes, this one someone actually has like a cassette copy of it. I know it's easier to fake those things, but that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, you ain't gonna find this on no DVD or Blu-ray.
He
most
actually, yeah, he
most not.
actually, um, they have it on VHS. I'm gonna zoom into the FBI warning stuff because that's really where people get lazy.
Oh my god! I mean, there's so much that can be done with AI now. It's kind of scary with
Don't
that.
tempt me.
Ah, see,
You would.
I
all right. So
would.
You
this
would.
one is fake. I'm gonna have the picture up. This one is a fake one because it's by Flintstone Home Video, but yet it has the lightning bolt
And
into the circle of the other logo of the 80s and 90s. So I don't know that this could be real. It's just kind of weird seeing proof of it at the same time. So speaking on that, I have my own Mandela effect, and for those that follow on Twitter, that's none of you because none of you follow me on Twitter. That's why I keep telling you find me on X and Instagram this episode because we do things there. You really enjoy it. We do polls. Right now, we're doing a couple polls. Bromances versus romances. Think Corey Topanga versus Corey and Sean, Monica and Chandler and Joey, stuff like that. We also have the best sitcoms of all time by each decade. We're actually up to 2000s right now. So check us out. But I'm going to send the photos over to you now. This is for, so I just sent it to Kevin and Jason. This is the one on the left. It's about a Mandela effect I have because last May the 4th, I was like, hey, let me do a Star Wars themed thing and see what I can find any cool like conspiracy theories or something about it. And I see the Mandela effect. I'm like, oh, I love Mandela effect. So I start looking into it. I can't find the picture no more, but I found a Topps card with C3PO and a red leg.
huh.
And then
I seem to remember a red leg at some point, but I can't say exactly when and where, but that sounds familiar.
so last year when I was Googling, I found so much like evidence. It wasn't even evidence. It was just a lot of people talking about it. This year, everyone's talking about how it's silver, not orange.
Yeah, I do remember the silver
So
because I thought that he had like lost it at one point, and so they replaced it with a silver one in the movie.
yeah, I said. So you see the first one I sent you? It says C3PO ever changing leg,
Yeah.
and it says I seem to recall hearing about a Mandela effect where one leg was red. This is the only information that I can find on it this year. I swear
Huh.
to you, last year I looked, I found the copies of the cards, copies of old like toys and stuff like that, and it's just not here anymore, and no one knows about it. Did you ever hear about this before I mentioned it?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
have like
'cause I mean, just like you, I kind of remember a red leg at some point. I can't remember when,
Yeah, I can't remember
which
exactly which
film.
episode, but it does sound. I mean, it does ring a bell. Like in my head, I remember seeing him with just the red leg, and I remember the silver leg.
hmm so inside the Reddit post, it actually says um oh wait, where'd it go? I have to find it again because there's a different one where it's like, yo, where did this go? So someone doesn't want me to tell the truth because I literally just had this in my download folder, and it's gone again. I'm about to edit all this out, but that's fine. I just want to do a quick because
it
I
Hey
justice.
man,
I
it's your
had
work.
it. I had it though. Like it's oh my god. C3PO red leg. Okay. So it was in the comments, so I have to look for red. Boom boom boom. Boom 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 boom. All right. So I found this. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of it. And now I'm gonna send it to you. All right, there you go. So in the second photo I sent you, it doesn't mention anything about a red leg. But in the one I just sent you, it's a comment on that. And for those that aren't looking at it, it says, I seem to recall hearing about a Mandela effect where one leg was red. I asked all my family and friends about it, and they all claimed it was indeed red. Later, everyone insisted it was silver and that we never had that talk.
That's
That's insane.
that's scary. But I have had moments like that where I've had talks with people and then they insist it never existed and we never had the talk. And I'm like, you lying motherfucker.
So that's
Liar.
isn't that just more evidence then of some kind of transdimensional thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
That's what I'm saying. There's so many things we don't understand. There's so much more than science has been able to prove or things that science couldn't even prove just because it's a random shit. I don't know.
or things that science has proven but will not tell us.
Yeah,
or admit
yes.
to it.
Like I said, the rich can do whatever the fuck they want. Like that's what they do. They got the money.
Fess up, tell me what it is.
Tell me.
All right, calm down, Loki.
So is there any other products or movie details that you remember differently that no one ever talks about?
Oh, the cornucopia with Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah, I remember the cornucopia.
Me too.
I had underwear all the time. That was the ones that my mom always got us because it was the cheap one. It was always on sale.
Exactly.
Ah, yes, good old tidy whities.
Back before they had the Walmart brand.
Yeah.
Had that.
So so here's the other take on it because I don't know if you guys know my show. We do strange and wonderful stories told by strange and wonderful people. If you ever heard it before, it's history. If you haven't, it's news. And
Yeah.
one of the things that we do like to touch on is UFOs, aliens, Mandela effects, ghosts, Mothman. But we also like quantum mechanics and real sciencey stuff, planets and stuff like that. But we also do conspiracy theories. Now, there's a conspiracy theory that says that all Mandela effects are produced by the government.
See?
Whoa.
Now,
Jump right in on that one. See?
See?
The government did
See?
it.
What I say?
I could see that. Deep.
I did it again. I pushed play twice. So, what do you think about this one? Do you think there is a chance? Because the theory is that the government is doing this so it can see how much it can get away with changing our past history.
Well, I think that they can do. I mean, history is written by those who win. Like,
And if they're winning,
that's just fact. And if they're controlling everything, then technically they're winning, and they can say whatever they want. Like, I have a small theory. It kind of sounds ridiculous on top, but like,
should I play a new
I'm
theory
pretty
alert
sure-
again?
You want to hear another theory? Give me the sound bite.
New theory
What is
Government controls the weather. Government controls the weather.
Oh, but
They can make it rain.
there's been proof of that. There is
cloud seeding?
yeah, and there are tornado what is it called? Not tornadoes, but the ones that are over water, cyclones, the hurricanes. There's
Yeah.
there's patterns based on controlling hurricanes and making them change direction. So it's
Yeah, so
like
they can do whatever the fuck they want.
like we all joke about it, but it's like, yeah, they really do it. They really do it. So can we put it against them to change enough about it? Like I'll take this. Well, this was a little harder to say because the Star Wars one. Not you guys remember it. Maybe I just haven't talked to enough people who know Star Wars because my girl's like, I don't remember that. She's like, haha, we're not part of the same universe. I'm like, bitch, you don't even like Star Wars. You don't know. You saw one
The
episode.
ring still works between universes.
Yeah. We saw one show. We saw the one before New Hope, the prequel. What was that called? Rogue One.
Okay, yeah, the one that yeah.
That was pretty good. I like that one actually. But the
Yeah, that was pretty
whole
fun.
time she's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "I don't know." She goes, "You watch Star Wars?" I'm like, "Yeah, but this isn't. You don't need to watch Star Wars to enjoy this. You can watch this as a standalone movie. All the characters here are on their own." But the whole time I'm still like telling her what's going on. So maybe she doesn't know enough about it, but you guys remember it. So
Yeah.
do you think like I mean there's like it's weird that these things can be real interdimensionally and it's freaky, but it's on another side of the coin. It's freaky if the government is fucking with our heads to see how much they can get away with.
They 1,000% are.
Oh yeah.
1,000% are.
I mean, why not?
They can, so they will.
Yeah.
So then
We couldn't tell them otherwise.
Don't do that. Okay.
It's not like you're elected officials who are supposed to, do
Help
as
us.
we ask.
yeah, right. They're supposed to be. We hire you to do what we want. You don't do what you want, and then like, hey, can you hire me again? Like, no, you didn't do anything I wanted.
Oh,
Yeah.
silly.
Ugh.
That didn't stop. Never mind. I don't want to get
And then so we go back to the aliens. Not back into, but like, if the government is hiding aliens, because obviously there's something in the sky, we don't know what it is. It could be just our own stuff that the government doesn't want us to. Either way, the government is very shush. I don't want to tell you shit. And for them to potentially be affecting us in a way, it just seems like lab rats to them. Like we just want to see what we can do and what we can get away with.
Until it's too late.
Yeah, it's essentially whatever they can get away with, but then they don't get away with it. It doesn't stop them from continuing to do shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the question is what's less creepy? That the universe is shifting us through parallel universes and we're meeting up new stories and new things that happened, or the government is fucking with us.
The lesser of the two evils.
Yeah, which one would you rather? Yeah, like which one would you rather? Would you rather it be like a weird shift in dimensions where we can lose track of our existence and everything falls apart because we have quantum mechanic computers, and that really confuses me because it's based on a supposed theory, but they have computers that work on that theory, and who's to know that I'm a opponent that maybe the ancient knowledge that God didn't want us to know, because if you're a fan of ancient stories, there's always some forbidden knowledge we're not supposed to. I think that's quantum mechanics. I think we're not supposed to know about it. I think it points too much to what is it called when the simulation theory. It points too much to like it makes your world too crazy, and I think that's why we're not supposed to know it.
Yeah.
I think that it's less scary. Like I'm not as afraid of the of crazy shit that I know where it's coming from, as opposed to crazy shit that I don't know, like quantum mechanics and like I don't know, like random Mandela effects. I don't know where that's coming from, so I can't 100% say. The government controlling everything and being stupid. I can point a finger and be like, "It's you, motherfucker! It's you." That's less scary.
That's less scary. I don't know. I feel like knowing the government is like literally doing it.
But
makes
I know who
so
is
much
doing it.
worse.
I know
But you
where
don't.
it's coming
But
from.
you don't though. You don't even know what because who in the government's doing it. Is it somebody who split off and has their own control? Is the New World Order? Is it Project Bluebeam where they're trying to get us under one government? Like
It's the man.
I think that's scarier not knowing because I feel like the universe has its own set of rules, and while we don't know fully all the rules, there are set rules. when it comes to the government and there's no rules, that to me that's
Yeah.
more freaky and more to be afraid of, because then
I agree.
they could do whatever they want. The universe can only do so much, but these people could do
That we know of.
yeah.
Well,
True.
the universe is doing it naturally versus
Yeah.
people inducing it.
Forcing
upon
How
you.
do you know? We don't know how they're doing it. 'Cause
Check your face.
I'm just saying. You can't say that. Oh, the government's doing it, or the universe is doing it naturally. You don't know.
But I
You don't
get
have any fucking idea.
I kind of get it though, because it's kind of like, you guys watch wrestling.
Used to.
Yeah, used to.
All right, so okay, when did you used to?
Oh god.
NWO baby.
All right, so okay,
Damn. Yeah, that's about right.
so you remember when? Who could I use back then? So were you in that era of like Ultimate Warrior?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so for younger people and older people, the two parallels is Ultimate Warrior and Roman Reigns. Second podcast poll done.
I was gonna
All
say
right.
you have like you have a soundbite for everything.
It's kind of like Roman Reigns and Ultimate Warrior. They were being forced into popularity. They're like, you have to cheer for Lex Luger and the American flag. You have to cheer for Roman Reigns. And I feel like that's the government. When like Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, they all came about their popularity naturally. Like they earned it that way by going through.
Yeah.
You know, the government just didn't come in and was like, here, you have to eat this, eat it. And it's like, I don't know, that's scarier to me. Like, but I
you know
said it
what?
already.
I remember going to a monster truck rally, like the only
those
one
are
I've
cool.
ever been to. And the final race was between Gravedigger and some other random truck that was like winning all night long. And they get through to the end of the race, and the other alternate, whatever baseline generic truck beat the crap out of Gravedigger by like a
What?
full truck. And then at the end, they were like, and the winner is Gravedigger. And everyone lost their shit booing the hell out of that.
Wow. I didn't know Gravedigger turned heel.
The whole Coliseum was like, bullshit.
It's probably because they had it on recording and they didn't expect the other guy to win. It's like, what do we do now? Just play. They won. I don't know.
Yeah. But everyone was like, bullshit. He
Yeah.
won.
Exactly. That's how I think that's why it would be scarier, because you know. But so that leads us to the final question of the night.
Does it exist? Does it exist?
Do Mandela effects actually exist in a paranormal way, or is this just a mess up of the mind? I feel like this is like Jerry Springer's final thought. This is my final thought.
Come sit with me while other people punch each other in the face. Let's have a calm moment.
Where's Steve?
So we'll start with Jason. Jason, do you think this exists on a paranormal level, or it's just a mundane reason?
I don't know. I think it kind of like verges between scientific and paranormal, where it could be a natural occurrence of the universe, and it was only kind of induced more so by outside influence, by possibly CERN.
Yeah. For those of we mentioned it earlier, but those who don't know, CERN is the Large Hadron Collider. It takes atoms and they smash them together at almost full speed of light. And the theory is that it can cause black holes and wormholes and anything else. So I think I'll go next then, since we're going in that way. I think Mandela effects are real because the fabric of dimensions is failing. Hot take. And all the times that we keep doing things with the calculating on quantum mechanic computers and smashing these atoms together is creating rips in our dimension where we're bleeding through others quickly. Because I can't remember any Mandela effects before the Mandela one, which came out in the 80s, but even that didn't really come out till later on. It's not like in the 80s, everyone was like a hoopla, like, oh, no, he's dead. You know, that was remembered later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin, you answered already, right?
No,
Oh.
I didn't answer yet.
Jason. Then I'm sorry, Jay. I'm really bad with names, and I can't see
You're
your
good.
faces right now, so it's really hard to see who's who. But you don't sound
That's why-
alike. You actually don't
That's why
sound
we
anything
do
alike.
videos.
I see that's cheating. One when we started this, we started as 87.9 WKMU radio. We were radio pirates breaking in to talk about conspiracy theory and aliens and stuff. And the government, like every at the beginning, every episode, we would have a fake knock on the door, and we go, "Oh shit, the cops are here to arrest us," and we would, pretend we're running away. And so we didn't like the video because it takes away from that. I think information about spooky stuff is better given by anonymous people than somebody with a face. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
So that's why we don't do the video, because I feel like it adds to the suspense.
Okay, that's fair. That's good reasoning.
All right, so what do you think? Does it exist in a paranormal realm, or this is a everyday, like our brains are just stupid and it's trying to make sense of things we can't understand?
So I think that it's a combination of both. I have a feeling that it isn't just the CERN collider. I think that it's always been there. And just like, when we were younger, we could run around outside and have fun. And, you were like 5 years old running around the neighborhood until it got dark and your parents weren't concerned about it, whatever. And now, because of the internet, we know that shit's scary. And at the time, I'm sure it was just as scary.
Yeah, and I
But we
don't
just didn't know about it.
I don't know if you remember, it was so bad back then that they had to have at 10 o'clock be like, "Hey, do you know where your kids are?" That's how bad it was in the
Oh
90s.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's how bad
But
the
my-
90s kids like, "No, just leave the house. I don't want to see you until the sun goes down." Like, nope, this is my time.
That was always me. I was out the minute I came home from school, and I did not come home till the street lights came on. Like,
I was.
but
Yeah, go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say my point is I think that it's always been there, and it's just we didn't know about it back then because we don't have the internet where information travels so fast. So I think it's a combination of people are stupid and have terrible memories, and we don't have like physical representations and like physical proof of things that we forgot, and so
Yeah.
we call it a Mandela effect. And there's also, government taking over and being like, "No, cornucopia never existed. You lying motherfucker." And then like and then the CERN collider probably actively does it as opposed to whatever natural event occurs to make it happen. That's my thoughts.
So I hear that's three. Maybe because people get confused. Paranormal doesn't mean just ghostly. It just means not what you expect to be normal. So Mandela effect itself is paranormal because if it's an actual effect that's happening, that's paranormal. So I don't want anyone to think that, oh, it's all crazy. And I'm not saying anything I'm saying is legit, or I actually believe it. This is more of like what if. But in this instance, I kind of agree with you guys that there's something going on with CERN, and it's messing up our dimension, and we don't know about it. And like, did you hear about these things they found in the ocean? They're these little rocks that take millions of years to make, and they have so much electricity. They can make electricity enough that it makes oxygen at the bottom of the ocean. And they knew about it since the 60s and 70s, and they started to take them out. It's like, well, why are you doing that? You don't know what that oxygen that's being made
I
is
think
for.
I have heard about that. The little black rocks that they found that are on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
They're like
millions
little
of
circles.
years, and they're taking them. And it's like it has the same
Yeah.
thing with like the CERN. You don't know what you're doing. You can't just go in and grab shit. Those things took millions or billions of years to make. They have electricity, and they create oxygen. It might prove that we only became here because these rocks was producing oxygen for millions of years. So
Like
it's like,
they, I saw something recently about. Did you hear about the fungus that's growing around Chernobyl?
oh
That's absorbing radiation.
yeah, and that
That just
animals
randomly
are,
started appearing. It's just like the Earth takes care of itself.
Yep.
Like it has ways of fixing shit.
even animals in the area start to get adept at being immune to the radiation.
Yeah,
Little mutants out
it's
there.
evolution.
All right, that feels like a good spot to end it there, right? You guys wanted to mention anything else before we go?
I'm good.
I am also with it.
Let's make it count.
Hello, everybody, again. This is your host, Guy. And we're saying goodnight one last time to all you Earthians. We were joined today by the KJ&A podcast. That's Kevin and James. And who's the A? Who's the asshole?
Anyone or anything.
Oh, so that's like a third person in your group?
Nope.
All right, so that's
It's whoever. It's whatever the hell we want. He started out being anime, and then it was just it's anything.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that because I when I first started doing the podcasting, I feel like people put themselves in these gimmicks where you get stuck. Like I knew somebody who started to do podcast about JFK. It's like now you're stuck on JFK. It's like nah, you gotta pick something a little bit more broader. And because nobody wanted to listen to 300, 400 episodes of who was at Delete Square the day it happens. So I think that's actually pretty cool that you have that. So why don't you go ahead and let everybody know everywhere they can find you?
They can find us at KJ&A Podcast on all the platforms. That is our tag on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, all the things. You can go to linktr.ee/KJ&A Podcast, and that's how you can connect to us on all the platforms and our Patreon and on our Buy Me a Coffee, all the things. Email us directly. It's all right there.
Awesome. We really appreciate you guys coming on. I love topics like this, and I'm really glad that we had a longer than I thought talk about Mandela Effect because like how much could you talk about memories that already happened?
We can bullshit with the best of them.
Oh yes, it's our superpower.
What? And then what's funny is while you were talking, you made me realize you have the promo that I love because at the end you're like, "Wait, you're podcasting, right? Is that you?"
I think it says. I'm pretty sure it says.
I think
I've
it's
listened to our
I
promo
think
like
it's
forever.
I think it's James, where at the end he's like, "You can find us at all the final podcast sponsors." Oh, I love that thing.
Yeah, more than likely.
Just
Just being ridiculous.
So that will wrap it up, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in today. Blue is unfortunately at work, so I'll do her closing bit. Thank you, everybody, for joining. That's not it. What does she normally say? Check in yourselves, check on your friends, and everyone deserves love, especially you. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh, I like that. Bye.
One in Earth, it's time to get up, bright day ahead, let's make it count. Time to get off. Then the day ahead. Let's make it count.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless America.